Wop up 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 boop 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 boop. Wop up 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 boop 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 boop.
Fuba.
What's up? It's Fake Football.
Fuba.
Thursday night, we're here. First of the year. Buccaneers versus Dallas. I'll turn down the volume a little bit so we don't get copyrighted.
And I don't want to fall asleep because I'm listening to Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. So.
But yep, you got me, Michelangelo, Beef, and Steve. And yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit.
This is our Thursday night football tradition, dating back to. Did we start it last year? Maybe it was on and off.
Last year was consistent, but
last year was good. There was
but no, I think we
We
had
used to
Thursday
do it
nights in college.
Yeah, we used to do it in college.
Oh, okay.
But you weren't here.
Snack. Last year was like snacks.
Yes, we stepped it up
A
last
lot
year.
of good stuff.
Yeah, we stepped it up last year. We got. I went with the healthy route. Got some almonds and some mixed nuts out here, some seltzers, but
Nutrisystem cookies.
usually there's
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Stop and Shop cookies or chips or something like that.
You can't just add. That's free advertisement.
What for the Nutrisystem?
Cut that out.
Not a sponsor.
I will give you my rating. Meh.
Yeah, Beef wasn't a fan. He had the chocolate chunk version. It's still Snickerdoodle.
They are meh.
Not a sponsor. But yeah, like Steve said, last year we stepped it up, but it's been a tradition for years, and love to keep it going. We had our fantasy football draft officially last Friday for the main league, the It's Not My League, and went pretty well. Big crew. Only 2 people weren't there.
Uh-oh.
Stan and
3-0. This defense amazing, B.
and Spoots. Bucks just went 3 and out, 4th and 2. No kick for Suck Up. Tron has Suck Up going.
True.
So, but I mean, it was first drive. First game jitters, getting them out of the way.
Brady's notorious for that.
That was a bad pass. I will not lie.
Oh yeah.
Sorry to any Patriots fans who love Tom Brady.
under
I'm
pressure.
The
sorry,
Bucks were
but he
good
threw
last
that
year,
pass.
but they relied on the defense a lot.
Yeah.
They weren't unreal until the playoffs. I would say they looked really good in the playoffs. Even going into the playoffs, they didn't look phenomenal.
Who'd they play? They played wild card round. Here's who they played.
They played the Washington.
What a punt!
They played
go
the
out.
football team.
What a punt!
One?
They
Wow.
beat the football team.
Oh, they beat the football team.
Correct.
Yeah,
what
Washington
a
was
fucking
good.
punt. Where's Pat McAfee analysis when you need him?
It'll be up.
He's gonna go
It'll
off.
be up.
He's gonna go off on that one.
First game of football back, and the guy punts it to the 2-yard line. First punt of the season.
He gave him a good line too. He gave him extra yards.
He'll be all over that. Don't you
Punters
worry.
are in forward. Punter year.
Don't you worry. He'll be all over that.
Jacked up. Nothing better than seeing a punter get jacked up. All right, Zeke for negative.
Don't
2
worry.
yards.
He already tweeted about it. He's on top.
How about that punt? I knew it. Right on cue.
He's on top of that.
Zeke on. Oh no, they wide. He's wide out.
Lined up wire.
Sack. Oh, that guy's just wide open.
Cooper?
Amari Cooper.
Paul's guy. Yeah, so the draft, Paul is the heavy favorite.
Paul is the favorite. Go look at ESPN projections. ESPN projections mean the world to everyone.
What Paul does is he drafts the
big ADP guy.
Yeah.
He's basically in-person auto draft. That's
First 5 rounds he's solid.
If there's a guy high up and he's like, why isn't anyone taking him? He'll take him right away.
First 5 rounds he's solid. And
for example, I think a lot of people skipped over. He didn't pick him, but a lot of people skipped over Beckham, for example. So he was ranked 30th. He was on the first sheet or whatever. But I mean, he kept slipping. So Paul would pick a guy like that and be like, why is no one picking him?
So he gets those projected points.
So the
high
projections go up.
Paul's a big fan of in-person drafts. He sits there, looks through the list. He goes, "Has anyone picked Odell? No. Why is this guy still on the board? He's really high up. I'm gonna pick him."
And then
he picks them.
Then I'll be like, "Gee, why didn't you pick this guy? He's better than this guy."
Yeah.
Who's this?
Remember Blake Jarwin? I drafted him last year. Died.
I drafted him last year.
Oh yeah,
in one of my leagues.
Some news on the day. Ravens camp practice.
Everyone's dead.
Back-to-back plays. Marcus Peters torn ACL, and Gus Edwards, torn ACL. Steve has Edwards, unfortunately, so his rating went down a little bit, but still a good team.
Fuck the Dirty Birds.
And also, Steve's spreading rumors about DeAndre Swift
Shut down.
potentially being involved in a murder case.
Andre's.
Don't shoot the messenger. That was sent to me.
Yeah,
I just relayed the message.
Yeah,
How did
Steve
they
sent
give
the
him
official police report, but
That just wasn't
just a
the first
rumor
time.
as of
No,
right
it
now,
was
not
not
being
close.
investigated.
It was not even close. What is this? This wasn't even close. Oh no, he stretched it.
Oh shit! I didn't even see him. He just squeaked through there. I thought he was the guy back there.
Has to get the first down. Slice's player. Everyone knows. Slice, you're going 11-1 this year.
He's the best in a regular season guy.
But you're gonna lose to me this week. I'll be your loss.
True.
And there's way more than 11 games. 11.
Oh shit, there's 14.
Yeah.
We're up. Slice, you're going 12-2. 12-2 is the official projection.
He played him twice.
Losing to me twice.
Yeah. What are the two losses?
Me.
I don't know who the losses are to. It's
Oh,
just Slice.
He plays me. He plays me twice. I know
12-2. That's the official projection.
But yes,
Oopa!
Paul's. Yeah,
Paul's
Paul,
going 14-0.
Paul's team's unbelievable. Hates that we're talking him up. Who's this?
Blake Jarwin. Oh no, that's Dalton Schultz.
Was the other guy Schultz?
Schultz. Yeah.
I think Schultz caught the first one too. So
So
that's
Blake
not
Jarwin
Jarwin.
might still be dead.
Jarwin's the red zone guy.
Schultz looking good so far.
Shout out the lefties.
Keep
Shout
him.
out Kellen Moore, lefties.
Keep him on the tight end radar. G might need him.
He has Gronk.
G picked Gronk.
Shocker.
Yeah.
He picked Gronk.
We'll get up the draft board, and there are some things to talk about, specifically G's draft. G ended up going with a totally different strategy than usual.
He did the 2 years ago strategy.
But what was his strategy, Beef? Can you?
He went triple wide receiver,
And
as
what,
he did 2 years ago.
and what was his strategy last year?
Oh, he dropped
4 running backs in a row, followed by a quarterback.
Yes, so G last year went with 4 running backs. They didn't all pan out. His year did not go to plan.
One was Gurley, one was Carson.
Carson, Gurley. I don't remember the other two.
I don't know. I just know those two good.
He had Aaron Jones. I know that.
Jones was good, but I mean that was the best. And season did not go according to plan. This year he came in with a different strategy. He told us that he was coming in with a different strategy, and he did. 3 wide receivers. He has potential to have the top 3 wide receivers in the league with Devonta Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and Justin Jefferson.
CeeDee Lamb sucks.
Yips. He's got the yips.
But his running backs are not great. Josh Jacobs, who is in a potential timeshare with Kenyon Drake. Darrell Henderson, who not really solidified himself quite yet. Raheem Mostert, a little injury prone.
Might be sharing with
Trey Sermon.
Sermon.
And then, Leonard Fournette. Slice liked this one. I'm going to say it. I don't like this one. Ronald Jones is still there. And, it's a timeshare. Fournette might get some touchdowns.
They also have the stash.
And Bernard's the third down back. So, you're hoping for a touchdown every game. That's not going to happen. So it's basically going to be...
They like using him in the red zone though.
Yeah, but it's like... It's not going to be every week that he's scoring a touchdown. So
He did go back to
No,
his college.
you're-
He did go to his college number though, and he was a beast in college.
you're going to have to guess those weeks.
You kind of have to hope that he just plays like he did in college. I think that's the play.
In college, like the first couple weeks or half the season with the Jaguars, he was a fucking tank. Might have been the first whole year.
Jaguars, he was good.
He was so
until
good.
that last season.
Jaguars just can't hold on to a running back since Maurice Jones-Drew.
Well, Fournette was good there, but they never completed the rest of the team.
Dead. James
Yeah.
Robinson was actually nasty last year.
And Minshew.
Minshew's on the Colts now?
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
0-0
I'd rather be
so
watching-
far.
Why are we watching soccer? I think it's an Ecuador
Is this a
game.
bomb? Is this a
Is it an
bomb?
international game?
Greg DeLay's got this, right? 60-something yarder? He's got
I
this.
don't think so.
They got to go for it.
I don't think so.
Now that I can't remember, do we lose points for missed field goals? I don't remember.
-1.
It's -1? Okay.
No, you do not lose points for missed extra points.
He should go. They should go for that.
That's something we had to bring up. No extra points.
That's
extra
Missed
points.
field goals, we still
Yeah, you still lose.
Missed extra points should have been something. I don't think
punt 2 of the year.
I don't think they have
punt
that yet.
2.
I think it's only worth 1 point, so it's really not.
End
I don't
over
think
end
it's worth
punt. Oh,
it. 2 good punts.
2 good punts.
It's a punter game.
Field position
Yeah.
behind you.
That guy's name's Anger. He shouldn't be angry about that punt though.
Columbia's playing Chile.
So I guess we can each go through our draft, each of ours, and just go through them. I'll start with me. I had the first pick, and me and Paul, as a few podcasts ago we talked about, we're trading picks. It was a fluke. We tricked Beef live on air, and he was shocked. I think Slice was also shocked. We got Brandon going. He started texting Beef and Craig in anger.
Did not text. He called me.
He called Beef. So we got him pretty good. But yeah, it was a joke. I had the 1 pick, and Paul went back to the 9. But so my draft went McCaffrey at 1, of course. I ended up getting Mixon at 2. I was hoping maybe a Gibson or who else?
I think Taylor almost slipped.
Yeah, Gibson or Taylor almost slipped. But I mean, I had my eyes on Mixon, and I ended up getting him. I hope he has a good year. He's the only guy there with Bernard leaving. McLaurin was my wide receiver 1. I kind of regret it, but
No, that's a good pick.
it is. But I was thinking Jefferson.
Did I not take who?
G got
He got
Jefferson.
I took
Another.
Waller instead of Jefferson. I
Yeah,
like
you went
Waller.
tight end. I'm not mad about it, but I kind of think I maybe could have went Jefferson. But McLaurin should have a good year with Fitzpatrick and a better offense. DeAndre Swift at 4. Hopefully he plays the whole year. Ayuk at 5. Not bad in my opinion. He could be either or. But people had him as a potential breakout candidate, and I'm hoping that comes to fruition. Mike Davis at 6. I think that was pretty good. Tyler Lockett, not bad. Justin Herbert, went with him over Tannehill. Steve ended up getting Tannehill. I think they're
Lockett.
similar.
What did you say? Lockett in the 7th.
7th.
I think that's a steal.
I
Yeah.
was gonna
He-
pick him there.
he's like
if you didn't.
just as good, not just as good. He's like a little half step below Metcalf.
But he's a favorite of Wilson. Like,
Yeah.
they like each other.
He's been there forever.
Yeah.
I think that's a. I don't even. That's
And he had some injuries last year as well,
True,
so
he's-
he
yeah.
missed some time. And that's like a potential knock on him, but
a
still,
little older, but he should be good.
yeah. And then Herbert at 8. Like I said, between him and Tannehill, I ended up with going Herbert. Both have running potential, and I had Herbert to end the year, so I just went with him. Laviska Shenault at 9, another potential breakout guy on a better offense.
LaQuiz.
LaQuiz. Kenyon Drake at 10. We'll see what happens with him. It might take some time, but he could end up taking the job. Tight end, Noah Fant. Not my favorite, but, things were getting slim at tight end. And then the rest are kind of just toss-ups. But Gallup, Mike Clay of ESPN had him pretty high. He thinks it's a contract year for him. So
Oh, love contract year. That's a great stat.
keep that in
They
mind.
should have that. They should have contract year like as a part of.
Like a tab, or
Yeah.
who's in a contract year.
Exactly. That should be a stat on
Yeah.
ESPN or anything like that.
Yeah, so Gallup in a contract year. He's playing right now, but I haven't seen him do anything. But it's a contract year. Keep that in mind. Capped David Johnson still, but dropped Paris Campbell already. And stacked Trey Lance on my bench. He's not a starter right now, but heading to that role, and a lot of people have him as a potential Mahomes or like Robert Griffin breakout quarterback type of guy.
Who you say Robert Griffin? Who is it?
RG3.
Yeah. What about RG3?
Like when he came into the league, he was unbelievable,
Yeah.
and then he fell off. But
Who are we referring to?
Trey Lance,
Ah,
I think
Trey
he has
Lance.
like potential to have a breakout year when he gets the job.
Yeah. Jimmy G's days are numbered. That offense is. I think it's. I don't even know. It's like going to be a complete offense change.
It's a good offense, and Kittle coming back.
Well, it's good offense for Kittle
Yeah, they're gonna have
because
to
of Jimmy
adjust.
G. But
Yeah.
if Trey Lance is like, I feel he's so different, and their running backs are going to be like, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Ayuk is probably would be better with Trey Lance.
Ooh, who's that?
Gronk.
G.
Oh, he looks injured. He's coming up lame.
Is it his arm?
No, he's got some turf in the helmet.
Jeez, he's
The
a
classic.
He's a maniac.
The classic slant. Just run
Yes.
straight and turn a little.
Yep.
The best
Right over the middle. I'm huge. No one's getting the ball from me.
perfect timing tight end route.
Throw the ball to Antonio's Brownies. Antonio's Brownies. Let's go.
Is that him?
That's Antonio's
Here
Brownies.
go the
correct.
Bucks.
Brown. Ball's moving.
Uh-oh.
They're getting in suck up range. Beef, do you have your team?
He picked before me.
Okay, true.
We had the 1, 2, 3 pick. I'm the
I'll
third
go
pick, so I'm
after
third.
this
Oh,
drive.
yeah,
I'll go after this drive.
No rush. No rush.
Because they're cooking.
But yeah, Brown with a nice catch just now for Beef. You ended up starting
I
him?
did start him.
And who are you playing this week?
I'm playing the Dak Knight,
Beef.
a.k.a. Craig.
Again, Beef.
Antonio's Brownies again. Let's go.
Beef versus Craig. Brown getting some catches, probably already about 4
Dude,
points,
his,
5
his
points.
comeback, like, he's so good at the fucking comeback road.
He's just a great
And
route
Brady
runner.
throws the comeback road.
He's just a great
so
route
good.
runner.
He's a perfect wide receiver for Brady. Him and a slant, and like
Yeah,
a guy
that's-
that can
yeah.
run a slant.
He went to New England and then he
Perfect.
followed him to Tampa Bay.
It's like that. A guy on the outside that can run a comeback. Gronk who can run that big post. And then a
Ev-
fucking Edelman that can run a slant up the middle.
Evans just a huge red zone
That was like
threat.
when they had Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette, 12 yards into the backfield.
Fournette for 3.
Shit, I completely forgot he was number 7.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Michelle Tafoya. Coming off the field.
Where this is behind.
Here comes the touchdown.
Live.
Just because they
ESPN.
pulled him.
Why? Did it get updated or something?
No, I haven't looked at it, but like I looked and I saw Antonio Brown had like 2 catches before we made like the second one. So I know we're about a little definitely.
I will say, touching on your team about the McLaurin pick, a lot of wide receivers went earlier than they should have.
True.
I expected to get potentially like a Metcalf or like
Is that Howard?
Godwin.
Godwin.
I expected to
OJ
get like
Howard.
I
They
expected to
have
get like
3 tight ends.
OJ Howard's good.
Yeah.
potentially
they
like
break
a Metcalf or like a Diggs, like on the wrap back to the third.
And he's playing Stan.
Why did I think Spoots has Godwin?
Spoots sucks.
Spoots
He's-
had Godwin last year potentially. That may be why.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I swear he had Godwin last. Or did I have Godwin
Diggs.
last year?
It digs.
So Stan's not gonna win a game, right?
Stan, we love you.
No.
I'm not allowed
He's
to
just.
say.
I don't know why he's projected so low right now.
I'm not allowed to say anything, or else I'm just a terrible
Stan
person.
is dead last in the projections. That's why.
Yeah, I'm second to last. Me and Spoots rival. Sorry, I have a rivalry with everyone, but me and Stan rivalry playing for the toilet bowl apparently, according to projected.
I like it. I do like his team. He's good wide receivers. Just CeeDee Lamb can't catch.
CeeDee Lamb has the yips right now.
Only thing I really hate that he did is that he drafted both Aaron Jones and Rodgers.
Is
But who's
CeeDee
his-
Lamb
does he have
gonna be?
another, quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence.
Is CeeDee Lamb gonna be Deontay Johnson from last year,
Potentially.
where he's supposed to have a huge breakout year and then he can't catch the fucking football?
Deontay Johnson still did good though,
He
Yeah,
did-
because he had the third most targets in the NFL.
and he got hurt a bunch.
He had the
Okay.
third
I was
most
gonna
targets.
pick Deontay Johnson, but I ended up going Ayuk. I think.
commercial.
I picked him
You
before.
want me to
he
go through
played.
my team?
But I think I might have won earlier.
Commercial.
No, I picked him and then you got Ayuk on the swing
All right.
because you wanted him and that's why I picked him early.
Maybe.
Looking at the board, my first pick as the 2 pick right after Mech. It was actually me. I mean, Mech, me, then Beef.
Correct.
Wow. Dalvin Cook. He's gonna be fantastic as long as he doesn't get injured. Anyway, I got his handcuff, as the kids said. Diggs, great pick. It was either Diggs or Ridley. Beef took Ridley, so I took Diggs. 1 + 1 = 2. Darren Waller. I had him in one of my leagues.
He's on Tron.
And Tron.
And he was on Tron last
He's
year?
on Tron. No, he's on Tron.
Oh, he's on
picked him
Tron
this year,
this year. And I think he's great.
Yep.
Derek Carr is kind of a wild card.
Had
But he always
him
finds-
2 years ago.
Always finds Waller.
I had him in the breakout year.
And he's sober, so he's always mentally focused. He lays off the devil juice.
True. Good story, Dallin Waller.
Really good story. Then DJ Moore, just the people's champ.
Yep.
Everyone loves DJ Moore.
Ryan with
You and Paul.
with Tron.
You and Paul. Actually, Paul definitely ran on it more. You and Paul picked a ton of Tron players.
Well, Tron had the 3 pick, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So Tron had the 3 pick, and if you watch the video from last week, I mean, Steve's team's very similar.
Then Beef's guy, Gaskin. God, I think I got him right before Beef.
My guy.
Said he's going to be a starter. Said he could possibly be a 3-down back, so I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, he catches balls.
Then I got T. Higgins. Kind of an iffy pick.
Oh, we're back to it's kickoff.
Wasn't in love with it. Now that just looking at it, could have got like maybe it was Julio Jones in position or Lockett. I forget which way it snakes.
You could have got Lockett.
Yeah, but I mean Cincinnati has a couple guys, so it's kind of iffy. Boyd's still good. Chase is good, but spread the wealth. T. Higgins was I think considered their top guy, but
Good there last year.
then I got Gus Edwards. We all know what happened.
Yeah.
So my 7th round pick is nothing. Devonta Smith, the Heisman winner at Philly. Philly's number 1 with Jalen Hurts, who may or may not throw the ball, but if he does, I'm hoping it goes to Smith. Jamal Williams could take over once Swift gets found guilty. So I actually drafted him in a bunch of leagues, and I saw that today. I'm like, ooh, could be cooking right there.
A lot of people like him.
Sony Michel, good 1st and 2nd down back. Henderson looks like he's got the job for now, but Michel, solid guy out of college, good in New England. Just a good veteran running back that could get some touches. Henderson, I think he was a little injured for a little bit last year.
Yeah.
So he could fill in if something happens. Gallup with a catch. Whoa.
Breakout year.
Tannehill, my QB. I waited a while for a QB.
Yeah, there's a big QB run in the 6th.
Yeah, so if you don't get some of the top guys, there's a lot of guys good down there.
I loved our QB run of when it started to happen. Someone picked a QB. We said not everyone pick a QB.
Me.
Pretty much everyone picked a
I
fucking
said
QB.
don't give in. Steve, for example, got Tannehill on the 11th, so he's waiting a while for that. Like, that's perfect.
It went on a
Well,
run.
once everyone has a QB, no one does a backup QB for
the
a
prop-
while unless you're cheap.
Yeah, if you waited like one or
Gallup.
if you
Whoa.
waited like one more round, you may have lost him. Like someone may have picked him.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah,
if
so-
I didn't get him there,
He picked
he
a
would've
good,
gone.
picked him at a good time.
Then what am I at? Round 12? This is a long draft. Hollywood Brown, hopefully their number 1 wide receiver, which is crazy that I got the Ravens number 1 wide receiver in the 12th round.
Well, they're number 2. Andrews is their 1.
Oh, yeah,
Technically.
Pass catcher.
true. Jacoby Myers, Patriots legend. Him and Mac Jones hoping to link up.
I wanted him.
He's available in like the waiver wire, a couple of my leagues, but
He's on Tron.
yeah, he's like borderline. Average like projected like
Oh,
10
fake.
points.
Who's
Oh.
that?
Pollard.
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard with a swing.
Famous round 14.
in,
Paul
Paul,
was heated.
in Paul's teeth.
I don't think he was actually heated.
Paul
but
said he didn't care, so that just shows
He cared. He cared.
he pretends he doesn't care about anything. Then I got my handcuff, Madison, McManus, San Fran D. Overall, okay, decent team. I have a lot of utility guys that are probably average, like, I don't know, mid. So I'm just waiting for someone to go off. I like to go the starter route.
You got good starters.
The starter, right?
The tight end.
Like
Tight end.
Devonta Smith is the start, like the number 1 wide receiver.
I mean, picking a tight end early is always you're gonna lose out on one player, but I mean, solidifying the tight end position.
Gallup.
is
Again,
is
he's
solid.
eaten.
Should have started Gallup.
CeeDee Lamb dropped 2 passes on the first drive. It's the Gallup show now.
Gallup's here.
Did he actually catch this? He did
He did.
catch it. Did indeed catch it.
Toe tapping time.
Contract year. I've told you they need it. That's the stat. Contract year. Has to.
Toe tapping. Drone. Dak. Jarwin.
That's
Schultz?
Jarwin. That is Jarwin.
They look the same.
89 Jarwin, 88 Schultz,
All right,
86.
I won't say.
86 Schultz.
All right, I guess I'll go into my draft. I got Kamara at 3.
Yeah, we were 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Kamara at 3. I went Ridley in the second round. Was really hoping Antonio Gibson fell to me. Went one pick before me. Wasn't very happy about that. Was kind of hoping Mixon got back to me on the turn. Didn't think it was likely.
Me too.
No way.
Didn't
wanted
think it
it
was
too.
likely.
I couldn't pass up Diggs, but I wanted.
There's
Lamb?
there's the touchdown. CD
Review
Lamb,
it. Didn't look good.
CD Lamb touchdown.
It's close.
By the way, one of my leagues, great start. I'm playing against Chris Godwin and CD Lamb. Great fucking start.
Dak picking up where he left off.
That was a good throw.
Third-
Oh, you idiot! He just got burned. What an awful play by that cornerback.
You see him? He stopped. He stopped playing for like a second. Oh,
Is
it's
that
close.
a touchdown? If your
Yes.
hand gets in, like your other hand gets in,
Yeah.
The
As
ball
long as
didn't
the ball
look-
goes over before he gets out of bounds.
the ball didn't look good.
He's in.
Yeah.
He's not out of bounds yet. Now he's out of bounds.
No, he's definitely out before that, but
No. It's not until your body touches out. It's a touchdown.
Oh, I couldn't even see.
it looks, yeah, it looks
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the third round. Not a bad pick. A lot of people are saying he's going to have a really good bounce back year. I was a little iffy on him, but he was the best running back available and felt like I needed a second running back. Fourth round, stretched a little bit, went for Deontay Johnson. Very high upside, so a little bit of a stretch there, but kind of just went for it. Knew he wouldn't get back to me. I knew Mick liked him. Mick liked him with the 2 picks on the turn.
Yeah.
Couldn't let him have it. Fifth round, went with Javonte Williams. Probably won't be great beginning of the year. Probably will split carries at the beginning of the year, but hopefully he breaks out just like Antonio Gibson did for me last year. That's kind of the hope. Sixth round, I went TJ Hawkinson. I was very high on tight ends this year. I feel like after the top 6, it kind of just falls off. So, kind of prioritize picking a tight end there. In the 7th, I got Will Fuller. Definitely a stretch here, but he is the big playmaker in Miami. He's the guy who stretches the field. Suspended week 1 and wasn't one of my top 2 wideouts, so I wasn't too worried about it.
Oh, he's only out 1 week.
He's only out 1 week.
It's not bad.
He'll be back week 2.
What do you do?
P-
Drugs?
PEDs.
Peds.
So he's gonna come back. Good.
Yes.
Come back juiced up.
Yeah.
Just
Those,
off the,
those things don't. So they suspend you for what do they suspend you for the time it's
16.
supposed to wear off or something?
doesn't wear off.
Exactly. You do it once, like, yeah, I'll sit out a couple games, then I'll come back better than ever.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit of a stretch, as Stan calls it, a page turner. Craig, big line by Craig is page turner. Stan called me up for it apparently for it being a page turner.
Whoa.
Page turn.
I didn't think I stretched that too much on it. The other receivers on the board I really didn't like, and I wanted a third receiver, so kind of just went for it. Had him last
Who were
year.
your options? Who was around him?
It was
Claypool, Galladay,
Claypool. I would have picked Claypool.
You ended
but
up getting Goddard.
I had
Jamar
Deontay
Chase.
Johnson, so I can't pick Claypool.
Yeah.
It was Odell, Galladay, Jamar Chase,
Sutton.
a bunch of those guys.
Yeah, they're all okay.
Judy, who I would have picked, but I have the running back in Denver,
Yeah.
so I kind of was limited there. So you could say I stretched, but it was kind of just what worked for me. In the 8th round, I got Chase Edmonds, which was I think a phenomenal pick. The other running back in Arizona is James Conner, arguably one of the most injury-prone running backs in the league. As I would know, he was in Pittsburgh.
Changed man.
Did you draft him?
Lot of injuries, so not saying I hope he gets injured, but because I like James Conner, but there's high probabilities that he will be injured. So I didn't mind that pick in the 8th round. 9th round, I picked Kenny Galladay. I hate Kenny Galladay. I picked him in the 3rd round last year, and he played 3 games.
He slipped a lot.
Good when he's healthy.
I got him in the 9th round, so I
Yeah.
thought it was a good value pick to pick him there. Like, would I have picked him in the 6th round? No.
Yeah.
But I picked him in the 9th round when he was supposed to be going in, like, the mid-6th round.
It happened to a few players. that people
Happened to
just kept-
OBJ also.
and, and Swift.
Yeah. So I kind of was just like, okay, I'll live with it. I'm going to pick him. In the 10th round, one of my better picks, I picked Jalen Hurts, which I thought was a really good pick for the 10th round when all those quarterbacks went off the board in the 6th round. I got Hawkinson. So basically, if I'm looking at it that way, if I picked quarterback in that round and then went tight end here, I probably would have ended up with like Noah Fant.
Is that Ed Sheeran in the same box as Roger Goodell?
Yes, he's saying he was the one who he had like the opening concert.
Oh, okay. Red.
So I'm pretty happy about that because I think Hurts will have a pretty good year. Definitely a more of a riskier quarterback to pick, but I also think that offense fits him pretty well, so I think he'll do pretty good there. The 11th round, I picked Antonio Brown. This is probably my best pick. Getting him in the 11th, I think, is very good. Very, very good value, so I was pretty happy about that. In the 12th round, I picked Curtis Samuel. I just picked someone, I think. I really don't think there was much thought behind that.
He's been injured.
I picked Curtis Samuel because Mike Gesicki, who I really wanted, got picked the pick right before me.
Yeah, you were frazzled.
And I was not happy about that. I thought he was getting back to me 100%, and he did not. 13th round, I went Dallas Goddard. Needed a backup tight end. Definitely not a bad one to have. Ertz still is in Philly, but definitely not a bad player to have. 14th round, Baltimore defense. Not terrible. Obviously, their number one corner is out for the year. But not bad. 15th round, I picked Matt Ryan. I just needed a guy who throws for yards. I already dropped him. So.
Who'd you pick up?
Le'Veon.
Though.
And then 16th round, Greg the Leg. Loved this pick. Greg the Leg in the 16th is phenomenal.
1 point already.
Just got a point with the extra point. 7-7 as an update.
Greg the Leg's great.
Ronald Jones is in the game.
And in the 17th round, the best name on my team, Chuba Hubbard. Antonio's Brownies, let's go.
Dude,
another catch.
He's eating up right now.
Chuba Hubbard. Mick was not happy about me picking him. Mick had already made all of his selections here.
Don't care.
One has a phenomenal name. If you have the name Chuba, that's phenomenal.
McCaffrey's handcuff.
But I don't know. I just kind of I picked him because
Stay strong, McCaffrey.
He's pretty similar to McCaffrey. If McCaffrey misses time, as you saw, Mike Davis had a phenomenal year last year when he was out. So,
not missing
17th rounder, just kind of picked him. I needed a 5th running back. It fit the bill. That was kind of the reasoning.
Yeah, I didn't say it, but my defense and kicker have been dropped already and swapped out.
Who's your defense now?
Denver against the Giants, week 1.
Good call. Good call.
And Gay for the Rams was projected more than Myers, so
Come on, suck up range.
picked him up.
Oh, it's the end of the first quarter.
What was it I was going to say? Oh, would you trade Hawkinson?
Depends who I'm getting.
As a tight end heavy team.
I think Fans
It
doing a good
it
tight end.
depends, but
I
he's
know.
the
I'm
only
not saying
target in Detroit.
True.
I don't even know who's in Detroit.
They cut their wide receiver 1 on their depth chart.
Who was their wide receiver 1?
Rashard Perriman.
Oh my god.
Marvin Jones is now in
Jones.
Jacksonville.
Left and
Who the fuck is?
Galladay went to
left.
New York.
Who's Goff gonna throw to?
Swift.
Besides,
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson
and
and
Swift.
Swift.
no,
Hawkinson
but seriously,
and Swift.
who's their wide receiver 1 right now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd have to look at the
They
depth
don't
chart.
have a wide receiver who's getting drafted in fantasy.
Yeah, I
They have 0 wide receivers getting drafted in fantasy.
Let me look.
Like genuinely, their offense is that.
Detroit Lions depth chart. Tyrell Williams,
Okay, so
Okay.
he's not bad.
Not a no name.
Quintez Cephas.
I know the name.
I
I've
know
heard the
him.
name, but
Yeah, I know the name.
Tom Kennedy's a fake name. They put that on there because they literally needed someone.
Antonio's Brownies catch the football.
They put him on there because they needed to fill the the chart.
Antonio's Brownies.
End of the first. Beef is at 10.1 points with Brown and 1 for Greg the Leg. Beef was between Antonio Brown and someone else to start before
Chase
this
Edmonds.
game. Chase Edmonds, and he went with Brown. Good move.
That was a good move.
10 points in the first quarter, not bad at all. And I hope it stays that way because Evans is currently at 1 catch for 10 yards.
I'm not going to lie. My thought was if he puts up 15, I'm happy. 15 at the flex is I'm very happy.
Yeah, 15.
I think he's going to get more than 15.
I mean, I would be phenomenal with that considering I think Deontay Johnson actually will have a decent game against the Bills because he won't get the number one corner. I think Claypool will. So, and Johnson plays out of the slot a lot, so it's pretty hard to take catches away from him, at least in PPR. So,
yeah, big fan of Johnson. Otherwise, we got the Joe versus Stan matchup. Currently pretty close, 13.3 to 10.2. Godwin and CeeDee Lamb both have touchdowns, keeping this game very close.
Yeah, that's CD's.
I will not lie. Slice after the first quarter is struggling a little bit.
Slice is struggling.
3 points with 2 players playing.
Playing with me. I said it before. I think we started recording, but the Bucs defense last year allowed 2 running backs to run for over 60 yards. I believe the line on Zeke was set at 54.5, so right around that range. Currently, he's at 10 yards rushing, no catches or anything, so looking good on my part. And Bucs defense is picking up where they left off. And then Evans, 1 catch for 10 yards, like I said. Keep passing to Brown.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, keep passing to Brown. Godwin got the touchdown. That's fine. I mean, if they keep passing to Godwin and Brown, not Gronk for Steve's sake, I think he's playing G.
Gronk will he'll get his. It's just if he gets the touchdown.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get a touchdown, I think you're in good shape.
He'll get a couple. You might get a couple more catches.
Because G's
Get up
wideouts
to,
are going to go off.
Get up to like 7 points, but if he gets a touchdown, that's the difference between like 6 to 7 points or.
If a
13
tight
or
end gets
14.
if a tight end gets 10 points, that's a good week. So, I mean, keeping him under 7-ish.
Well,
He was projected like 7, so that's a good estimate.
I do have some good news for you. Devontae Adams is playing against New Orleans, who just traded for the Texans' number 1 cornerback, so that helps you.
Devontae
Roby.
Adams.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bradley Roby got traded to
To the who?
the
Saints.
Saints, who is playing Devontae Adams this week. So,
But it's Devontae Adams, so.
it's also Devontae Adams, so he'll probably catch like 2 to 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. And 8 catches.
This punter's nasty.
Flag.
Another good punt.
This punter's nasty.
Flag.
But there is a flag.
Shout out to this guy. I don't know his name, but shout out to, I think it's Pinion or something.
Turn around. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's a great name for a punter.
Pin you in.
Pin ya in. Pin
Shout
ya.
out to that guy. That guy's elite.
Pin you in. But it looks like he's coming back. He's going to have to repunt.
I was just going to say, in the words of Pat McAfee, for the brand, but he'll probably just do it again knowing this guy. He is an elite name for a punter.
That is a good name. Pin you in.
I will say
He's
the
pinning
one.
them in.
So we did mention this at the draft. Imagine drafting every position and you have to draft a punter. That would be elite. Like drafting everything wouldn't be as cool, but drafting a punter would be cool.
A punter would, but
Yeah.
not the other like defensive positions.
We should have a league where we have to have a punter. You have to draft a punter and you get points for like pinning inside the 20, pinning inside the 10.
Yeah, like a
That would
one.
be sick.
Like the 1 is like 10 points.
Yeah, like if you can do it, it's so outrageous.
That'd be like picking the punter on the shittiest team.
Who always punts?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's always punting. Still a good punt. Uh-oh, returned though.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Spin moves.
Rangers own guy.
Spin moves, number
Still
1.
good punt.
Yeah, pretty solid punt at the 10.
If
Another
you're
flag,
Another flag.
Could be on Dallas.
Could be on receiving team. Looks like it's far down. Probably on the receiving
Yeah,
team.
it was after the punt.
We're probably going to see this on the defense. Or on the receiving team, sorry.
So even though Beef is having a good game from what's the
Illegal
call?
block in the back.
Oh,
Half the distance to the goal line.
Wow, great punt.
First down.
Great punt. So I was saying, even though Beef is having a good game from Brown, Craig is still in it and projected to beat him still, with Dak currently at 9 points in the first quarter.
The gap's closing. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, 130 to 126 is the current projection.
The gap's closing. I was projected to lose by 7 at the beginning of the game. So
Exactly. And in my sake, Slice is slipping point by point every minute, and I love it. Slice, the consummate professional, texted me today saying good luck. We always say good luck to each other. Good luck, Slice. But
That's cute.
I hope I beat you.
Who's number one?
I don't know.
He just returned a punt.
I will say
Weird number 1.
probably a wide receiver then.
4th string wide receiver.
Shout out to Craig.
Or Gallup.
Me and Craig did say good luck to each other at the draft. Because we are playing.
Why is everyone being so nice? What the hell?
There's some people who are nice to each other. It's
Fuck you, G.
It's Paul,
Tony Pollard with another catch, not Zeke.
Zeke out.
Paul, Stan, Beef gets a lot of shit. Spoots gets involved in a lot. Steve is, I'd say, a little bit of both. I'd say I'm pretty friendly with most. I don't really have a
Fuck
rival.
Spoots. He sucks.
Yeah, Spoots, I guess, is everyone's rival. Me and Paul are just kind of, always play each other.
I will say I don't
Twice a
really
year.
care. Technically, me and Spooch should be the biggest rivalry in this league, but it's definitely not.
It might shift to you and Stan, but you and Spoots is pretty big.
Why is Beef and Stan rivalry so funny?
This all stems back to, I believe it was like week 3. So, Stan, in case you didn't know this, the first 2 weeks I also shit on your team. To notice if you were actually watching the video.
Beef did it every week.
I do it to a lot of people until they call me out on it. So I did it to G. G called me out on it. I did it to you. You took it quite personally.
As you should.
But I just do it to people who I don't think are watching. So, you and G were the 2 big ones. But, yeah, I basically do that to see if people are watching, and Stan went wild with it. So, we now have a rivalry, apparently.
Biggest in the league.
Apparently.
Biggest in the league.
I still think the Craig-Paul rivalry is very, very underrated.
It's fizzled. We've
Well,
said it. It's fizzled.
Craig has turned into a nice guy, and I don't know about that one. Craig, you're a little too nice now. What happened to being the villain?
I like it, Craig.
I feel like we're FaceTiming them.
Yeah, we're talking to him.
I was like, hey, Greg.
If you're watching, what's up?
If you're watching.
Probably not.
Probably not, but if you are.
One of my favorite... There's 2 Craig
Uh-oh.
things at the draft that
Take
I
it to the
love.
house.
2 things that I love
Take it to the house.
from Craig.
Oh, he got caught.
Suck up range.
First of all,
And a flag.
2 great things. 1, Page Turner is elite. Great when Craig just pulls it out and he's just looking and he's like, that's a Page Turner for me. Hearing it in person was phenomenal.
Lickens.
Second, because it happens every time anyone makes a good pick, is when Slice and Craig both say, great pick at the same time.
Yep.
It's a very common thing. They both look at you and they go, great pick. I don't know why.
I got a lot of great picks, and I think my team's this kind of is like eh.
All I know
I
is
got up there like you had a great draft. I'm like I don't know.
I picked Jalen
Okay.
Hurts, and I don't remember who said. Someone said something about Jalen Hurts sucking, and then Craig was like very, very happy with my pick. I don't know.
Yeah, he said Jalen Hurts is gonna tear it up.
So thank you, Craig. Good luck this week, because you're one of my. I need to not have a rivalry with Craig because he's one of my like 4 non-rivals. Everyone else I have a rivalry with.
True. Beef, I don't think
Technically, me and Steve have a rivalry.
Tec-
His name is making fun of me.
it's just stating the facts.
Also, going into this draft, just letting you know, there's 3 teams who had their names making fun of me.
Why was
What is
why,
this shit?
why was Paul's defaulted to beef? Poop up beef.
He just because he said I'm coming after you this year, and then the day after the draft he changed his name
I think it
and
is.
said we are friends again.
I don't know. He's not.
Paul's temper was high at the draft, as it should.
I had to force Paul to give me a handshake. I walked around and gave everyone a handshake who was there.
He
Paul
kept asking
wouldn't.
for my paper and throwing it on the ground.
Yeah, he threw it on
Yeah,
the
Paul
ground.
wouldn't shake my hand. So the way I got him to shake my hand is I said I'd feed Lenny real person food, and he said no, don't do that. I said okay, shake my hand then, and he shook my hand.
True.
I got to him that way.
Yep,
Mess with this kid.
Lenny was there. Secret weapon, even though he said it was not the secret weapon.
Lenny was done with the draft in the first round. He was done with it. He was not having it. So, G, I have an actual question for you, because you do listen to the pod sometimes. Maybe not every week, but you do listen to it, so I'm hoping you're listening. What is... All right, that's gross, Steve. And, gee, I do have a question for you. Next year, are you actually going to go with like a normal draft where you go like wide receiver, running back, wide receiver? Are you going to continue the string of running back, or wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver?
Probably 3 QBs.
Next year might be tight end year.
It used to be tight end first round with Gronk all
Imagine
the
drafts
time.
Kelsey and then like Waller. That would be a fucking wow.
I don't know. It's an actual question. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm actually asking the question. I actually want to know your thoughts on it.
I feel like there was a year he had like Kelsey and like Mark Andrews or something.
He did have 2 good tight ends.
Yeah, like
That was
One year he had 2 good tight ends. At one point.
He had Kelsey the year that he was really good. Like the first year he was really good.
like someone else's breakout year.
And he had someone else who was up, and he played both of them.
Yeah, it was like he played him as a flex.
I think he had Gronk
It may have
in
been
New England,
may have been Gronk in a good year.
and he kept playing him at flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he has 2 goals.
Classic G.
Neymar has a goal. That guy sucks.
Is that they playing each other?
No, that's
Yeah, follow our soccer podcast / content on
Gronk.
Twitter and Instagram at the Tutoposto.
classic. What's that? 1.6 points.
And like, comment, and subscribe on this video on YouTube. We love you. Did it?
What?
My over. Oh, my over under 14.5.
You're still there. You're alive.
Still close.
They could tie.
I think the over for the game
They
was
could tie.
51.5.
Yeah, this was a projected very high game.
Christopher Godwin.
Godwin.
Ooh.
Come on, you'd suck up. Flag, big.
Yeah, I would just keep hitting field goals. I'm
They're out
happy
of
with
field
that.
goal range, so no, they can't score anything.
Why?
Then they go over your under.
Oh well, that's not gonna happen.
What even was the
Don't score.
What even was the over under in this game?
51.5, I think.
Very
Is that
high.
low? I thought it was gonna be higher.
That's pretty high.
I was assuming like 55. That was my assumption.
I mean, that's assuming Tampa Bay projected to win. So that's like
It closed at 52.5.
yeah, that's like 33-20. That's a pretty high scoring game. Zeke's hair, not it.
He has two nose piercings. Not it.
Afro Zeke was better.
Yeah. I think we have, let me see if I have Spoots' bets. I think he... Over 51.5. Gronk to score. Amari Cooper to score. Bucks minus 9.5. Fournette or Lamb to score first TD. Lamb scored the second TD. He was almost there. That would have been good for.
That's a degenerate bet.
I love I need degens
First TD.
that's
deep.
I know people that do just first TD and like put like $100 on it.
It's tough.
It's always at like plus like 700 or
Yes,
800
that's
something
hard.
crazy.
That's real hard. What is that tattoo?
I didn't see it.
It looks like a Croatian flag.
Maybe that guy's Croatian. He's a ginger Croatian.
Like, that guy, look at the tattoo. It's not Croatian,
It's
but
a checkerboard.
no, it's got stuff around it though.
I can't see it. Tom Brady's in the fucking way. That guy stinks.
It's got the red checkers, but it doesn't have the blue part, so I don't think it's Croatian.
I don't like that guy.
Oh,
Oh, what?
the punch.
Yeah, that's a bad. What's that, buddy? Think you're gonna get away with that with a ref right in your face?
Yeah, except they called it offsetting. 'Cause
Did
the
that?
other guy went like this.
Stupid. Suck up.
Suck up. Need it.
Well, fake.
Incomplete.
Antonio Brownies. No, that's Chris Godwin.
Godwin.
Godwin's
Having a
here,
day.
man.
Having a day for Joe.
This is why you pick all the like. I hate picking the wide receivers, but both Antonio Brown and Godwin are playing well.
Evans will get a touchdown. or
Evans,
something.
yeah. If Evans gets a touchdown, that
It's
if
a
you could have a team that has, just fantasy standpoint,
Well, and it's
three
Tom
wide
Brady, so he's not just gonna pick a favorite.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers that can get you like 15 points. Like, I guess a fantasy that's good consistency.
Oh, the hell.
Fournette.
No, don't give Fournette the ball.
But you'll
The
never
bubble
have like
screen
you'll
was
never
there
have
on
like
the
a
bottom.
30,
Touchdown, Antonio Brown.
30-point game.
Yeah. Like,
Brady.
like Evans could do that with like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Godwin's, looking good.
I just saw a text that Spoot said Gronk to score. Check. I
Oh
was like,
wow.
Gronk's about to score.
Boots is a whole play ahead of us. We're streaming on my Xbox.
Classic.
I'm letting you know I don't have a touchdown, so I don't know how true that
I
is.
got it.
Okay.
Friggin' G.
Yep, there it is.
Draft says he's not gonna draft Gronk. Drafts Gronk.
And plays him.
Oh,
It was a broken down play too.
Classic Gronk. Brady to Gronk is the link up of the past 20 years. 15, whatever it is. Just a weird play.
Oh, that was the play, I think.
Yeah, it was, he splits
Blocking.
off the block.
Yeah.
Godwin just
It was a
standing
pick.
there.
It was a pick play,
Yeah.
but like don't actually make it look.
Suck up.
Suck up.
Come on.
Better hit this.
Suck up.
Right down the pipe.
2.
True.
Actually, that's fine.
Messi breaks Pele's record.
What record? Scoring against like children in his backyard? Is that what you're talking about?
Eclipses Pele's South American scoring record of 77 goals with his second of the night versus Bolivia.
Did we ever get a?
Beefs Bolivia.
Did we get a response back yet
From who?
from Venezia? I know this is soccer podcast related. Steve doesn't know about this either.
Oh yeah, I should probably clip that piece.
Yeah, can you clip that and
'Cause
post it to our Instagram?
I didn't at Venezia.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Go comment on
So you know how Venezia doesn't have a sponsor?
Yeah.
We offered them $100 each to sponsor their team, so they can put their badge on their jersey during Serie A games.
Jeez. That's more than we're worth.
What do you mean? It's $100. It's a Benjamin Franklin.
It's a good investment.
Great investment.
I mean,
And we said, all we want in return is we all get one free jersey.
oh,
Pays for itself.
so we just
And
get
it says Tutto Posto on it with their badge. Their jerseys are sick.
The theory is they have no sponsor.
They have zero.
For some reason, they don't have a
And
sponsor.
Serie A has a rule that you can't have your name on your jersey twice while playing. So theirs says Venezia, and their badge also says Venezia in it. So they don't have their badge on their jersey during Serie A games. It only has the sponsor that says Venezia on it.
Wow.
Beef, go to the Instagram and comment at Venezia.
Have to.
Check this out. Or something like that. We love you, Venezia. Beautiful city.
Where is Venice?
North.
Is it Venice?
North.
No. Imagine if it was Venice. Is
Their
it
jerseys,
Yeah.
their jerseys are elite. That's all you need to
I
know.
think it's Venice.
Wow, that's awesome. I figured no one was in Venice.
Yep, they're the Venice team.
Nice.
The Winged Lions, great logo, great colors.
Venice, great city.
They had a great sponsor on there, you know?
Can't beat it. Yeah, we'll even make a better Tutto Posto logo.
Maybe put some like canals in there
No.
for Venice.
Put some wings on there.
It's like the Fly Emirates.
We can put some wings on there.
Tutto. No, you need a good font. Tutto Posto. It's easy. SoFi Stadium. It's like a nice roof.
Kick off.
Suck up.
That's gone. No, their punter kicks off.
Wow.
Pinion.
Damn.
Pin you in. Need another.
You should get a point for touchback.
Need another punt.
That'd be
Ha,
that would make kickers
It would be like
a little
Yes.
bit because some kickers don't kick off.
kickers would score like 20. If like every touchback was a point.
Yeah.
You just pick the Denver kicker. You
Hit
can't
your
not kick
bombs.
the ball out of the end zone in Denver.
And if you had a kicker by committee, you'd always pick whoever's playing in Denver.
Yep.
McManus, he used to be unbelievable. He slipped a little bit, though.
CeeDee Lamb learned how to catch a football.
Godwin got some catches on the last drive for Tampa Bay. CeeDee Lamb picking up where he left off.
This is Joe versus.
For the Joe versus Stan matchup, looking good.
Don't worry, I'm playing against Chris Godwin and CeeDee Lamb in one of my leagues, so don't worry. This was just planned.
Damn.
Just almost got tipped, but he got it.
Dak looks good.
Yeah, I was skeptical to pick Dak this year.
I'm shocked. They can't run the football against a team that is the number one run defense in the NFL. Shock.
They're not even trying.
They stopped trying a while ago.
Yeah, that was tough.
Just get in Greg the leg range. Let him kick some bombs. 40, 50 yarders.
We're in need of some field goals.
Actually,
you know?
I'm kind of down for some 50 yarders because Greg the leg definitely has the leg to hit 50 yarders.
Humid, though, down there.
Nukes. You can just hit nukes.
Humid.
Doesn't matter.
Knocks the ball down.
Nope.
Thick air.
He can
Sea
hit.
le-
He can
Sea
kick.
level.
Doesn't matter. He can kick a 69
Sea
yarder.
level.
I'm not worried.
It's sea level.
Yeah, but he can kick a
Sea
69
bass.
yarder. I'm not worried.
Bubble bass.
Oh,
Greg the leg can't even hit one at sea level.
He can kick 69 yarders here.
He needs to be in like Kansas City or something.
Denver.
Denver, obviously, but
Denver, he can kick 79 yarders.
the fake. Jarwin.
Blake Jarwin. Catch. Covered by Jason Pierre-Paul with his 8 fingers.
Depending on what Fant does, I might have to invest in this tight end committee over here.
You can pick Zach Ertz up. I don't think anyone has him.
No one does, but I'm trying to think.
oh.
No catch.
I picked Dallas Goddard because he's really obvious to tell on who he is
Yeah,
on the
Was
when
that
you're
maybe
watching.
drag that other one?
Maybe he might have actually.
Dallas Goddard's unreal to watch because when you're watching Philly, you can tell it's him every time because he wears 2 white sleeves. It's unreal. It's the
He's got
easiest way to
He's
tell.
got like a little longer hair, right?
Yeah, but the sleeves give it away from anywhere on the field. You can just tell who he is.
It's always good to have a giveaway.
I feel how late these things go.
Like
Only 9:30.
like someone wears white cleats usually, you can give that away. What time is it?
Only 9:30.
9:30. Yeah, usually we do half, but we've gone full length sometimes.
Depends on it depends on the day. Depends
Is
on
this
the
a
game.
later one? This
This
usually like 7.
Banner. No, they usually start at
8:15.
8:15 or 8:20, but they did the banner celebration and everything. So
Yeah, it wasn't super
started a
delayed,
little later.
but yeah, maybe like 5-10 minutes later than usual. Paul would have left like at first quarter,
Yeah, he doesn't do well.
and we always stay till like we pushed it to like 11:30 or something.
Depends
That's
on the
usually
game.
when it ends.
Like 11:30 or like third quarter.
There's like a really good game, we'll stay.
Yeah.
And then there's some games that we just don't show up for.
So like we might cut this podcast, but we'll still be watching.
I think last year there was like a Bears Cincinnati game where we were just like, all right, guys, I'll see you next Thursday.
And the first one, what was it, Steve? Wasn't like Jacksonville versus Miami or something?
Yeah,
was
there's
bad.
some
It was horrible.
so bad. I don't even. Miami must have blew.
I forget.
I
It
don't
was
even
a
know.
weird game. I think like Miami scored some defensive touchdowns or something.
Oh fuck!
I guess
Is there any
Couple.
seltzer or something? I'm about to fall asleep.
downstairs,
All right, I gotta go grab something.
kitchen table, and then
Get some close games right now. That's all I'm saying.
well, we can quickly go through, I guess, the rest of the league's teams, and then we'll cut this. So after me, Steve, then Beef with the 1, 2, 3 picks, Slice was at 4. Ended up with Ezekiel Elliott, Antonio Gibson at 2. Good pick. Beef's guy from last year. David Montgomery. Tariq Cohen's coming back, but still a good player, and he was hot to end the season last year. I think pretty solid pick, and 3 solid running backs from Slice there. Mike Evans, who's having a tough game right now, but in the long run, probably a good pick. Josh Allen, Steve's quarterback from last year, great quarterback, great fantasy quarterback, and gonna be unbelievable. Gallup with another catch. Who's this? Julio Jones at the 6th round. Not a bad pick from Slicey there. Logan Thomas, who I was leaning towards picking, but I had McLaurin, so I ended up shying away from it. I think that's a great tight end pick, and probably right at the end of the tight ends that you want. I think after that, it gets a little
yeah, that's like the last.
Gets a little scarce. Chase Claypool at 8. Michael Carter, the Jets running back, at 9. Shout out Spoots. Beckham, who slipped all the way to the 10th. And, I mean, we talked about it during the Tron draft. He could be an unbelievable wide receiver. He's just a little bit injury prone and had some ups and downs. Slice went with the first kicker against all odds with Butker. Beef mentioned it. Stole Gesicki from him. So he 2 tight ends. I don't think super necessary. I think Logan Thomas is going to be good. And first defense as well, I think.
Correct.
In the 14th round with Pittsburgh, good pick. Backed up his Ezekiel Elliott pick with the handcuff of Tony Pollard. Derek Carr as a backup, and Ramondre Stevenson for his last round, 17th round pick.
Gotta have a Patriot at all times.
Needs a Patriot, and
He had a good preseason.
they traded Michelle, so who knows? He could end up being something. I think he dislocated his finger, but he's still playing. It doesn't really matter.
He's supposed to be the goal line back.
So
yeah, Damian Harris isn't that big.
classic pick from Slice with the Patriot.
Zeke
And Slice is back on the board with an Ezekiel Elliott catch
for 1.1
like 1 yard. But
fuck Zeke.
I'm having flashbacks of last year, man.
Of Zeke.
This is literally if he's getting he got me 6 points 3 times. But that was without Dak.
I'm happy with 7 points tonight.
When he had Dak, he was very good.
7 points
This is
between 2 of his first 4 rounds.
This is a very tough
just
matchup.
7 from just Zeke is fine.
Oh.
If Evans ends up with 10, that's still under projection. But I mean, Evans, I don't want any catches from him.
Good block.
Amari Cooper.
Paul's
Ball is
guy.
back. Just hold him here, Bucks. I need a field goal.
Beef. You want to go through Spoots' team?
It might not go. It might not.
All right, I'll go through the New York Jets fantasy team. 5th overall pick for Spoots. Derrick Henry in the first round. I'd say he probably should have gone 4th or 5th, so pretty normal.
Who went before him?
Zeke.
Elliott.
Which Zeke was known was going to have a tough week 1.
But he's supposed
But in the long run, could be a very good pick.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor in the 2nd. Arguably should not have fallen to 15. But he did. So, pretty good pick there for Spoots in the 2nd round. Solid 2nd running back to get. His 3rd round pick was Keenan Allen, which is a pretty decent 3rd round pick going about where he's projected. Mid 3rd round is pretty normal. Got Allen Robinson in the 4th, which I thought was way too late for him to go. I think he should have gone before Robert Woods and CeeDee Lamb, the 2 wide receivers who went before him. But hold on 1 second. Greg the leg is kicking. He's probably going to miss this because he's on my team.
Chip shot.
Oh my God!
What did I tell you?
Oh,
He's going to miss this because he's on my team.
Oh no!
Shocker.
Oh my God!
What a bum!
So once again, I'm not shocked at all. That's why
whoa!
I did say this right before he kicked it. By the way,
he shanked that.
Pulled the
so
shit
good.
out of it.
So there you go. Not shocked. So continuing down, Spoots, Mark Andrews in the 5th. Pretty good pick. I thought it may have been a little early, but he probably wouldn't have gotten back to him. So if you want your guy, go get him. So not a bad pick, and looking even better now with all the Ravens injuries. 6th round went with Lamar Jackson. So we went with the dual threat right there with Andrews to Jackson, which is who catches most of the touchdowns in Baltimore.
The stack, as the pros say.
Stacked them up. And then, of course, in the 7th round, shocker, Spoots picked a Jet. Picked Corey Davis. Not very surprised. Just happened. 8th round, Zach Moss. Had to get another running back as his RB3. Went and got him. Philip Lindsay the round after. I believe he is the number 2.
To David Johnson. And they still have Mark Ingram.
And they also have Mark Ingram.
I heard Mark Ingram might be the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speculation
And
of
David
who
Jones
could be
is
what.
split, and
You
then
never know.
Philip Lindsay will probably be a third down back.
So we'll just keep going. Michael Pittman after that. Paul. I'm gonna call Paul out for that. Paul would say fuck Michael Pittman Jr. because he
Michael
fucked
Pittman.
Tron last year.
That guy stinks.
So Paul hates him. Henry Ruggs III as the next pick. Not a bad pick. I liked that pick.
Boomer bust guy.
Yep. Rondale Moore as his next pick. Once again, I asked, who the hell is that guy?
Page Turner.
Definitely Paige Turner.
They think it's gonna be either him or AJ Green as a third wide receiver in Arizona.
He's in Arizona, so
So DeAndre Hopkins will get all those catches.
Hopkins.
then
Who else they had? They had someone else.
then
Kirk.
Spoots picked Tevin Coleman. He picked another Jet.
I
Shocker.
like that's a great pick. I was saying it earlier. I think he's starting, and he's a veteran running back, so he might get. Depends how the Jets are. And
The Jets starting running back is Michael Carter.
Yeah.
It is not Tevin Coleman. I can promise you that.
they said, I don't know. They said that he might be their RB1.
Then he picked Cole Kmet.
Do you want an RB1 for the Jets?
I don't. People were picking Michael Carter, so
Yeah, but I'm saying.
I'll say
The Jets think.
where he was picked, and if he's an RB1, that's
Yeah.
Cole Kmet went after that. Then Spoots follows it up with the football team defense in the 15th.
the football team defense is fucking nasty.
Jason Sanders in the 16th for his kicker.
Fumble!
And of course, in the 17th round, he had to go and get his guy, Zach Wilson, because can never have enough Jets.
Who just fumbled? Oh, that's not good. Well, it's good for all people that have Fournette out there. Ronald Jones just fumbled.
Classic. He's a classic guy who's just gonna fumble.
See, if this was the Pats, you'd be hyped if you were the owner of Leonard Fournette.
Dude, it was out before it even got punched out. Watch this. Look, it was out.
Great,
Oh
great
no, he didn't
punch
punch
out.
it out. He did punch it
Great
out.
punch out by 90. I believe that's DeMarcus Lawrence, but no.
Such a ballsy move to fucking try and pick it up and run.
Great play.
Then we got Stan. First round pick Aaron Jones. Followed up with Metcalf, A.J. Brown, and CeeDee Lamb. So solid receiving core right there. Yeah, I'd just say just very solid receiving core and RB1. I'd say the running back 2 is where he falls a little bit. Damian Harris. Not horrible, but he's going to be splitting a lot, and he's not projected very high.
He'll
But-
probably be the guy in New England, but as you know, New England, once they get into the red zone, they just completely change who their running back is. So.
Yeah, they're switching up
That's
a lot.
literally his only. One of his only downfalls. His A.J. Brown is his flat, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, great receivers. Running back
Aaron
room is a
Jones,
little bit
Aaron Rodgers pretty good.
light. Robert Tonyan, I'd say pretty solid. Had a great year last year.
I am a little worried about this. He has 3 Packers starting.
Does he?
3.
Tanyan, Rodgers. Doesn't he have Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
Tanyan, Rodgers, and Aaron Jones.
3 Packers.
He has 3 Packers.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
a little skeptical on that.
Yeah, that's not great. Good point out from Beef there. Not great. Maybe no, not why he's 10th in the rankings, but Ronald Jones, who just fumbled. Cortland Sutton, who's coming back off a huge injury, but projected to be a very good player this year. Potential still number 1 on the Denver team. But who's the Denver quarterback?
Teddy.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay, not
Teddy
bad.
Two Gloves.
Teddy, not bad. You saw what he did last year, and
Teddy Two Gloves
Carolina.
is gonna be great with Fay. I'm telling you.
yeah,
He can't throw. I don't think he can chuck the ball.
no, he can a little bit. He had some good connections with DJ Moore.
Oh yeah, he did.
Moore only scored long touchdowns.
Yeah,
He couldn't score anything else.
yeah,
He scored like 60-yard touchdowns like every time he scored a touchdown.
yeah. Moore was the slot guy one year, and then the next year Robbie Anderson took that role, and Moore took over the deep role, which was strange, but it happened. Sutton, Shark, DJ Chark, and then Suck Up. So Stan's got Suck Up in this league.
Yes.
Couple points from him tonight for Stan. And
I think
then,
he's got a solid team.
He's got more points
if
than
he
my
just
kicker.
didn't pick Damian Harris. Damian Harris could.
I don't mind the Damian Harris pick.
I don't mind it, but I think he could have
I
waited.
think he went a little early,
he's got good receivers.
but he needed a running back.
Number one again.
Who
Number
is
one.
this number one? That's a
Wilson. It's Russell Wilson.
Love randos. Rando, the best is rando scoring. Like
Yeah,
a random fullback
Random
scoring, a
fullback.
random wide receiver scoring.
Wilson. But the rest of Stan's team, Miko Hardman, could be the number 2, technically number 3 on that team, pass catching wise. Tariq Cohen, who's coming back from an injury, but he's the potential change of pace pass catching back. Latavius Murray, who was dropped, not currently on a team, but he's held on to him. Rams defense, Trevor Lawrence, and Gabriel Davis
He's supposed to be.
Wide receiver 3 in Buffalo.
for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Go
A lot of
Bills Mafia.
A lot of people picked Gabriel Davis like late for some reason.
High-powered offense.
They throw the ball a lot. They don't run the football.
Yeah.
When they run the football,
Who's the
Josh
tight,
Allen runs the football.
Who's the tight end in
Cooper
Buffalo?
scored. Spooks is ahead. Beef, take G, please.
G?
Yep.
All right. Starting off hot with G. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson. As I mentioned before, G loves to go unethical and just stack one position. Why, I don't know. It's just what he does. Not going to question it. 4th round, Josh Jacobs. Splitting carries with Kenyon Drake apparently at the moment. If anyone's going to pull away with it, my guess is Jacobs would probably pull away with it, with the job. But as of right now, splitting carries is what it seems like. 5th round, Henderson, running back for the Rams. Pretty good pick. He did draft him the day after they traded for Sony Michel. Would have been a much better pick had it been before that. But in the 6th round, picked Kyler Murray.
Oh no!
Post.
Extra point, no good.
Greg, the leg is having a tough game.
All right. Well, I will say I don't lose points for that, so we're good. I don't gain points, but I don't lose points because we don't lose points on extra points. Followed by that, Raheem Mostert. Pretty good pick there. I think Mostert will be pretty good this year. Was very good when healthy last year. Then went Jerry Jeudy.
Good pick.
Very good pick. Then G picks Gronk. Okay, we can move on. We knew that was going to happen. Then G picked Leonard Fournette. Don't think he's done very much tonight, but did pick Fournette. Then G picks a kicker, Justin Tucker.
Classic.
Classic G.
Loves
Then
Tucker.
G picks Tom Brady. Classic G.
Backup Q. I'll never understand the backup QB that's just as good as your regular QB.
Two
I
top 10 quarterbacks.
Then you're in a predicament of like, which one do I start? Like,
He has 2 top 10 quarterbacks.
The only time I go like quarterback, like if I go like my
If they're
starter
similar.
and my backup is like if I'm like picking in like the 12th and 13th round, my
Yeah.
starter and my second.
if they're similar, but you don't pick
Yeah.
2 top quarterbacks.
Then Nyheim Hines, the backup in Indy, good catching back. Then Mike Williams of the Chargers. Then Hunter Henry, gotta have a pat.
And Patriot defense.
And then the Patriot defense, and then
2
Randall,
pats.
and then Randall Cobb
He's got
Okay.
2 Pats and 2 Bucks.
to round it off.
Not a bad team from G. Going to be carried by his receivers all year long. He's trying to copy the Spoots luck/strategy of last year.
Except Spoots had Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
And Darren Waller, actually. He had both of them.
True.
Did he have? I think he had Diggs too.
Yeah.
He got Diggs in like the 6th.
Diggs was his guy.
Yeah.
And then the next twin, the commish, Joe Eckler, who is deemed as healthy, but, there's some rumors floating around about his hamstring, so keep an eye on that. But,
he's unreal when he's healthy.
But still...
So good.
He's unreal when he's healthy. I've had
Still,
him the last 2 years.
very good player, and hoping Herbert just throws him the ball all day long. Wouldn't be mad about that. Nick Chubb at his 2 pick, so solid running back core right there. Patrick Mahomes got him. I think people thought he was a little early.
Definitely, I would say early, but also I hate going. So when I pick double running back, I hate picking something that isn't a tight end or a wide receiver. It's just something that I don't like doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I also hate going quarterback early. I'd rather go tight end early than quarterback early.
Yeah,
I've always been that way.
I've never done a quarterback early strategy. I'd rather just get more skill players. It's worked.
I don't think the difference between... Okay. Cool.
Pick?
Pick.
We've got to pick.
See, I don't think...
Oh no.
My thought process here, well, I'll explain myself a little bit. A 3rd round tight end, so he wasn't there, but say a Darren Waller in the 3rd round, in comparison to when he picked his tight end in the 6th round, which is a Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Aaron Rodgers. Do you think there's more of a difference between Waller and Pitts or Rodgers and Mahomes? I don't think there's that big of a difference.
Yeah.
That's my thought process. I think there's more of a difference in the tight end position than quarterback. Quarterbacks are deep every year. It's a known thing.
Yeah. The thing was that Joe wanted him, and he wasn't probably going to get back to him on the next swing, I guess.
Paul's a big early quarterback guy, so that could have played into his thoughts also.
Ends up with a decent group of receivers with Robert Woods and Chris Godwin, who's having a decent night. Like Beef said, Kyle Pitts as his tight ends. Deemed as the best tight end to ever come out of college, athletic-wise.
He's a monster.
So we'll see what happens.
He's a monster.
But, history says that rookie tight ends don't play well. So we'll see what happens. Jamar Chase, Trey Sermon, who we mentioned earlier.
Such a young team.
Could end up...
He's a lot of rookies.
Big tall rookies.
He is a lot of rookies.
Could end up taking the job over. We'll see what happens. And if Mostert ends up getting injured or something, then we'll see what happens.
Give my guy another chance. Come on.
Jarvis Landry.
Give him a chance.
Just a classic core player right there. A.J. Dillon, who might be taking that Jamal Williams role, who had a good year last year. Jalen Waddle.
Another
young player.
Another good pick.
Tyler Higbee, his backup tight end in case Pitts doesn't pan out. Joe Burrow, backup quarterback. T.Y. Hilton, who is currently hurt for about 4 weeks. But, when he comes back, he could take over that one role again.
Fuck Pittman.
Blankenship as his kicker. Beef's guy from last year.
Another chance. Let's go.
The ship. Can't believe Beef.
All right, I will give my thoughts on Rodrigo Blankenship. First of all, that guy's the GOAT, but he can't kick a field goal over like 41 yards. But he's automatic from under 40.
Oh yeah,
automatic. Can't kick long.
Classic
can't
college.
Kick long
That's
field
classic
goals.
college football kicker.
Also, shout out to Paul. Go Dogs.
Classic college football kicker.
As you all know,
automatic from 40 plus.
Paul's a huge Georgia guy, so shout out to the Dogs because he was a dog.
Steve, you want to do Paul's team? Do you have it up?
Paul's team, fucking. What pick did he have?
9. I can take it if you.
Got it, Beef.
Wow.
Let's go.
Greg the Leg makes up for his miss.
He's back.
Confidence boost.
Paul's team, the number 1 team, the heavy favorite, going to be back-to-back, going for back-to-back champs. We all know the champ of last year with his Harvard sweater takes Travis Kelce at the first pick. Said he didn't like the pick. Pretty solid pick. I mean, Kelsey's round 1, late round, or is round 2?
Late round 1, early round.
He could have went as early as 7.
I don't think he was gonna get back. I think Craig was thinking about taking him. Then Saquon the second. I like Saquon, but he's still injured. Could have fell, but
I would say he did fall. He
But-
got picked at 12.
He did fall.
Yeah, he fell.
But he's dropping his health, still trying to get back on track.
Not a bad pick, I would say.
Classic Paul guy
Definitely.
dropping, and then he's like Saquon's still on the board. Bam. take him.
Definitely a good pick. He could
ADP.
finish as like the running back 2 if he plays well.
Yeah,
If he stays healthy, he could finish like running back 1 or 2.
I'll let Steve go through, but I'll give my words. I told Paul last night, but I'll give my words on Paul's team.
Miles Sanders, Paul was basically me and Paul were the only people in the one corner of the room. Everyone was canoodling, being best friends over by the table.
At the table.
You know, I don't want to blank something out again. So Miles Sanders, he asked me. I like Miles Sanders
Guy's
this
elite.
year. I think it's a good pick. I took him in my other league and it turned some heads, but I think it's because he was the top first round pick last year, and he was very good in college. Was pretty good with Hurts at QB. I like him.
He was in the three-headed monster of Slice's team last year.
Yeah. James Robinson, also a good pick. So even with Barkley, if he's iffy, he's still got 2 strong running backs there. Drafting 3 in the first 4 rounds. I like James Robinson. Cooper, his wide receiver 1,
Going off tonight.
doing pretty well. A good wide receiving core will get his touches with Dak. Then Russell Wilson joined in the QB brigade. Probably could have waited a little bit longer, but Paul falls under the pressure. I think Craig would have took him if I'm looking at this correctly. It looks like it would have gone to Craig. Craig had Wilson last year. AB? Oh no. Tron's dead. Dead. Tron is dead.
Oh, we're playing Brown?
Yeah.
Damn.
Robbie Anderson, wide receiver 2. Juju, Beef's guy, wide receiver 3. Brandon Cooks. He drafted 5 wide receivers in a row.
After...
He picked
Yeah,
running back.
After
5 in a row.
I know. But
So he's got a lot of guys that are just kind of like there.
He had his tight end. He had his quarterback. I mean, he's 5 receivers isn't a bad call.
Yeah.
And getting Singletary there isn't horrible.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas out for 6 weeks with the bye 7, so he'll be back week 8. Cole Beasley, usually pretty solid.
Suck up.
Tron's so back. Tron's got 3 points.
3
Brown's
points.
got
We're
20
back.
Points.
21.8 to be exact.
Singletary, McKissick, a very good pick. I like McKissick, third down back. But Gibson was a wide receiver in college,
Yeah, I think so.
so he can catch the ball. But McKissick is great third down. Jonnu Smith, Patriot, pretty solid pick. Backup tight end. I thought it was his first tight end. at
He's
first.
going to play 1 week of the year. We get it.
Let's see. Buffalo defense. Paul loves his Bills. Deshaun Watson, sleeper pick. Watch out.
And then V's pick.
Innocent until proven guilty. And then celebrity pick by Mike Avisis was there all draft. And finally got his chance for the big leagues, his first call up. And drafted Mason Crosby, just a veteran kicker from Green Bay.
Yep, Paul.
The favorite.
Shout out V. Gave V the reins to pick a kicker, and he picked Crosby.
V's line, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So yeah,
He did tell me that.
obviously got Kelsey the first round. Steve said it, picked 3 running backs. 3 great running backs. Barkley, yes, has health issues, but like Beef said, could be the number 1 top 5 running back in the league. And I think that's where Paul's potential lies. If Barkley ends up doing that, if Sanders ends up having a good year, which he's is capable of, and Robinson just does what he does last year, then that running back core is what Slice was last year, just like a potential dominant force. Wide receivers he did wait on, but ends up with a good one in Cooper, potential number 1 on the team. Robbie Anderson, not a bad pick. Beef won't like this one, but I like Juju. I think he has potential to be perfectly fine. And Brandon Cooks, the number one on a horrible team, but still the number one. And if that team's getting beaten, then Brandon Cooks might be catching a lot of passes.
Cooper for Paul.
And it might not all matter because when Michael Thomas comes back, he's going to be unbelievable. So, I like Paul's team. That's why I like it.
I also like Paul. I did not like the Juju. I don't like Juju this year. I think where he picked Juju was fine. He didn't pick him like in the 6th round or something to be a starter for him. He's kind of like a little buried down a little bit. His flex, as long as they stay healthy, is just going to be 3 running backs. He's going to play his 3 running backs every week.
Yep.
So, I mean, if Juju does pan out to be great, good for him. I think he is not going to be phenomenal this year. I think he'll be the regression guy because I think they're going to run the ball a lot more than they did last year. They barely ran the ball last year.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's a decent value pick. I will say that. I liked a lot of his. So his first 10 rounds up until Michael Thomas were absolutely phenomenal in my eyes. I think Robbie Anderson was a great pick.
Yeah.
I like Cooks is the one.
People think Robbie Anderson could do better than he did last year. And
He was the more consistent one than Moore last year. So
yeah, like 95 catches.
Who's the QB in Houston?
Tyrod.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor's not bad.
Not horrible. Could be a worse backup. Or, yeah, could be a
Starter.
worse backup. Well, he's a starter now, but...
Deshaun Watson is
Watson could play. They're just not playing him.
just B-hole guy.
Yeah.
B-hole troll.
And then the last team, Craig, who the first time in person in a long time, he's back from New York. Welcome back, Craig.
He's about 20 times nicer than he was the last time he was at an in-person draft.
Craig, great guy, nice guy. Drafts Tyreek Hill in the first round. He was at the swing here at 10. So he went Hill and then Harris, riding off of what Beef said in that he thinks Pittsburgh's going to be running the ball a lot this year. Harris, they went out and drafted him, so they might have their guy and go back to the days where Bell was dominant, and Harris could be that guy. Goes to get a tight end in the third with George Kittle, with Kelsey and Waller already off the board. Solidifies that spot and won't have to worry about that all year long. Chris Carson at his RB2, solid running back. Cooper Kupp and Thielen for his next 2 wide receivers. Again, solid. Kupp with Matthew Stafford could be unbelievable. And then Thielen just he might be the number 2 now with Jefferson, but I still think has potential to be the number 1. And he gets a lot of touchdowns. Dak Prescott, who's going right now at his quarterback. So it's very, very solid starting lineup right there. Kareem Hunt, who Steve had last year, right?
I did.
You like that pick?
He either got me solid 16 to 20 or 5.
Yeah.
It really depends on how the Browns are playing. Sometimes they just give Chubb 20, 25 carries.
Yeah.
And then give Hunt a couple of carries. He'll get some catches out of the backfield. Really depends how the Browns are feeling. But as a backup,
yeah,
it's a good pick.
He's the best backup in the. And then Tyler Boyd, who is part of a big crew of receivers in Cincinnati, but again, solid pick.
He played well when Burrow was there.
Yeah,
playing. So.
Yes,
and
he
was solid last year.
Yes, they got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
T. Higgins was there.
T. Higgins is the other guy.
Was he there?
Jamar Chase has the yips though, so
yeah,
I'm not too
Higgins
worried.
was there last year. He had a good year.
Yes.
But
Jamar Chase, but I like the thing that people sleep on that Jamar Chase and Burrow were teammates.
Jamar Chase
I
didn't
think-
play last year.
I think Boyd is
Did
similar
not play football.
No.
He sat out.
In LSU.
He sat out.
for COVID.
He sat out for COVID at LSU.
A lot of players.
Oh,
He
do.
did not play.
Yeah, but he played with Burrow.
He played with Burrow,
Yeah.
but he also has the yips. So he literally said it's harder to catch a football than in college because it doesn't have the white stripes on it. He said that today in an interview.
That's not good.
My comparison for Boyd is similar to Lockett in Seattle. He's the guy. He's been there. He's done it, and he's gonna be fine. Then it goes a little bit downhill, I'd say, but not bad. James Conner, who will likely be splitting with Chase Edmonds and injury prone. Deebo Samuel, who I had last year, again a little bit injury prone, but good pick and could end up panning out. Might be like a number 3 option in San Francisco. Melvin Gordon, who Beef is hoping gets phased out fast. Marvin Jones Jr., who actually that's a great pick. What team is he on now? Jacksonville, right.
Jacksonville has a lot of options, but Marvin Jones is pretty good.
He's the 1/2 in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Him and Chenault.
That's a great pick, and I'm just imagining him doing the same thing.
So wild because Chark, I think Chark
he did
was
in
the
Detroit
one last year.
Yeah, and Chark had a bad year last year because they drafted him.
Matthew Stafford as a backup quarterback, very solid backup quarterback there. He could end up being a top 10 guy. Austin Hooper, Young Ho Koo, great kicker, love him, had him last year. And the Dolphins defense, who was a part of Tron, I believe.
I believe so.
Unless we dropped him.
I believe we still have Miami's defense.
But yeah, solid team from Craig there, and always a contender. I guess we'll read the current projections according to ESPN, and then we'll sign it off. Paul at 1, as we all said, he's a great team. ESPN agrees.
Best team in the league.
Craig at 2, the team we just read off. Again, solid team. A little slip-flop here. Slice moved to 4, moving.
This happened
Spoots. Yeah, it was like right after.
This happened 10 minutes after the draft, I remind you. I don't know why.
Spoots to 3. So Spoots at 3, Slice at 4. Former champion, or last year's champion Spoots. And then Slice, King Without a Ring at 4. Me moving to 5 after some pickups.
Gus Edwards.
And then Steve moving to 7, us flip-flopping because of the Gus Edwards injury. G staying in the middle there at 6. Joe at 8. Beef at 9.
My team sucks.
And Stan Schefter at 10.
Don't worry, my team sucks, guys. Don't worry about me.
But Beef's team is potentially going to pull off an upset here at the 9 rank over Craig, the 2 rank. So we'll see what happens.
I think he can do it.
With Antonio Brown going off on the last touchdown. But yeah.
21 in the
Don't
first
sleep
half.
on that was a great. Was that a last minute thing? Antonio Brown over who are you trying to?
I put him in today, but I didn't decide until
Chase Edmonds.
Yes.
Wow. Who's Arizona playing?
Tennessee.
Good defense.
Solid.
But yeah.
Solid.
It is currently 21-16 in Tampa Bay's favor.
Give me another field goal.
1 minute left in the half. Beef wants one more field goal, but we'll log it off. And thank you for listening to the It's Fake Football show by Tutto Posto.
Sack.
This is Beef. This is Steve. Steve has no social media.
Nope.
Beef, you can follow on
Don't
Instagram
talk to me.
at Bylock15, Twitch, Bylock something.
It's the same thing for Twitter, Instagram, and
Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Bylock15. Very consistent from Beef. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter if you like this stuff. At the Tutto Posto. Look at the YouTube page where this is being posted.
YouTube page is just Tutto Posto.
Yeah, just look up Tutto Posto. You'll find it. Follow me on Instagram, Michelangelo Lifts. And yeah, thanks for listening. Peace.
Go Steelers.
Flag.